Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, the government signs a deal for a railway project traversing southern and central Luzon. Also, the Metro Manila Subway construction kicks off. And later, President Bongbong Marcos says he may announce his new press secretary next week. Transportation Undersecretary Cesar Chavez joins us in the program. The government has signed a contract for the construction of the South Commuter Railway project, which is touted to be part of the largest railway system in the country. The new rail line will run from Blumentritt in Manila to Calamba in Laguna. President Bongbong Marcos personally witnessed the ceremonial signing of the project Thursday. He said that this can help ease traffic congestion in the country. Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have Transportation Undersecretary for Rails, Cesar Chavez. Yusek, welcome to the source. It's good to see you, sir.
Magandang umaga. Magandang umaga.
Okay. Yusek, so to be clear about this, yung nangyari pong signing kahapon is the South Commuter Railway project. Bahagi lamang ito, hindi ho ba? It's just a section of this bigger North-South Commuter Railway project.
That is right. Bahagi lang ito. This is just a part of the entire North-South Commuter Railway project. NESCR system is defined to be 147 kilometers, 35 stations. The one that was signed yesterday, not ceremonial, but actual signing of the contract between Department of Transportation and the two contractors for packages 4 to 10, this is from Alabang to Muntinlupa, is part or a portion of Manila to Calamba, about 56 kilometers. Yesterday, the one that was signed was only 31 kilometers in about 10 stations.
I see. Okay, so let's stick to the South Commuter project, as you were mentioning a while ago. I did say that siguro yung haba po nito, tama ho ba, is from Blumentritt to Calamba?
Tama yan, 56 kilometers
Okay.
yan. Ang halaga nito is 873 billion. This makes the biggest, the largest info project, not only railway, but info project of this government. It's a continuing project from the past government. Pero itong section, na Manila to Calamba, 56 kilometers, all to be contracted by the new administration, the Department of Transportation, and under President Bongbong Marcos.
And you said this is worth 873 billion pesos.
That is right, tama yan. That's why we really have to be vigilant. The civil society, the non-governmental organizations, the entire bureaucracy, both houses of Congress, commuters, and people from Central Luzon, Southern Tagalog, and Metro Manila. Tatlong region ito, Pinky, no? Central Luzon, National Capital Region, and Southern Tagalog ang makikinabang dito. Inaasahan natin from 400,000 to as high as 600,000 ang maisasakay nito araw-araw mula sa Clark patungo ng Calamba and vice versa.
Opo. But Yusek, tell us more about the funding of this project. Tell us more about the nature of this project in terms of funding.
All right. The North-South Commuter Railway project is co-financed by two major funding institutions, foreign funding institutions. One is the Japan International Cooperation Agency. Their contribution alone for the North-South Commuter Railway project is 369 billion. On the other hand, the Asian Development Bank has a contribution of 329 billion. The counterpart of government of the Philippines, GOP, is around 175 billion. That makes it a total of 873 billion. So, pinagtutulungan ho ito ng pondo ng Japan Asian Development Bank. In fact, this is the biggest project of Asian Development Bank. This is the biggest project, the Asian Development Bank, not only in Asia, not only in the Philippines, but the entire world. Kaya na dito ang mga gobernador, ang top officials ng Asian Development Bank in the last 7 days. They went to stations, they met with us, Department of Transportation, Department of Budget and Management, Department of Finance, recognizing how important this project to the international community, especially to the Asian Development Bank. So tatlo ang pumupundo rito. Ang Japan at ang Asian Development Bank at ang role ng Philippine government, the 174 billion is only to fund the value-added tax, the acquisition of the right of way for this project.
I see. Okay, important din po yung acquisition. I wanted to first discuss the ADB project. I went to their website, Yusek, and it did say it's the biggest infrastructure project that the ADB engaged in the world. So when you were saying a while ago, hindi sa Pilipinas, hindi sa Asia, pero sa mundo, ito ho yung kanilang pinakamalaking proyekto. Why so? Why? What made them want to engage in this biggest infra project?
Almost 70% of the GDP contribution is from Metro Manila, Southern Tagalog, and Central Luzon. Ano ang philosophy ng mga investments rate? Economic return, economic benefit must be higher than the cost of investment. Halimbawa, ang Asian Development Bank ay pumupondo rito ng 329 billion. Sa kanilang pagtingin, ito ay malaking maitutulong sa ekonomiya ng tatlong rehiyon and therefore sa malaking ekonomiyang bahagi ng ating bansa. Naniniwala sila roon sapagkat itong tatlong rehiyon na ito, itong rail projects na ito from Clark all the way to Calamba and vice versa, makakatulong sa pagpapalago ng ekonomiya at at the same time, inaasahan natin na mas maraming sasakyan, tricycle, jeepney, cars, buses, ang mawawala o mababawasan sa kalsada kapag ka naisasakay na nito ang 400 to as high as 600,000 passengers every day. Imagine yung Clark, imagine yung Apalit, yung Bukawi, yung Maykawayan, yung Valenzuela, yung Maynila, San Pedro, Santa Rosa, Binian, Cabuyao, and Calamba, and maybe Blumentritt. Imaginein mo na marami rito ang imbes na sumakay sa sasakyan, sasakay na lang ng riles, convenient, reliable, bago, at malaki ang contribution para mabawasan ang emission ng CO2 sa ating hangin, sa ating kapaligiran.
That's true, sir. For the environment, very important. But I want to clarify this now because you're talking about Clark also. Pero itong South Commuter Railway, hindi ho ba Blumentritt lang to Calamba? If you include Clark, you're talking about the North-South project. Tama po?
Opo. Ang tawag natin dito sa 147-kilometer project, 35 station. Halimbawa, Manila to Malolos, about 37 kilometers, 10 station. Malolos to Clark, 52 kilometers, about 7 station. At Manila, Blumentritt to Calamba, about 20 kilometers, 19 station, 56 kilometers. This is under one system. Kung tawagin natin ay North-South Commuter Railway Project. This is one project co-financed by both. Therefore, ang pagtingin dapat natin dito ay hindi hiwalay yung South Commuter Railway Project sa North Commuter Railway Project. Sapagkat ang gusto nating mangyari, interoperable. Halimbawa, ang North-South Commuter Railway Project sa South ay connected ito sa LRT Line 1. Connected din ito sa MRT 3, malapit sa MRT 3, Magallanes Station. Remember Magallanes Station sa EDSA, meron diyang PNR Station, meron din dyan ang MRT 3. At sa unahan nito sa FTI, magkakaroon ng connection and interoperable ang subway. In other words, kung ikaw ay say galing ng Calamba or galing ng Binian, galing ng Cabuyao, galing ng Santa Rosa, San Pedro, may option ka ngayon kung gusto mong pumunta ng Quezon City, pumunta ng Ortigas, pumunta ng BGC, North Avenue, gusto mong pumunta ng Valenzuela, ng Novaliches, dumaan ka na ng subway. Kung gusto mo naman pumunta ng ibang bahagi ng Bulacan at Valenzuela at Maynila, Pasay, Makati, dumiretso ka na sa NSCR. Kung gusto mo namang pumasok sa Metro Manila, sa puso ng Metro Manila, pwede kang bumaba sa isa sa mga istasyon ng NSCR, sakay ka ng MRT3, o kaya sa may Blumentritt, sakay ka ng LRT Line 1, o kaya kung gusto mong pumunta sa BGC, sasakay ka ngayon ng subway. In other words, connected ang plano rito.
Yeah.
Kaya dito nag-i-invest
Lahat.
ng JICA, dito rin nag-i-invest ang Asian Development Bank. Hindi standalone
But
project. Ang North-South Railway
Yeah,
Project.
but-
Ang pagtingin dito,
right.
bahagi ito, it's a major backbone para sa Metro Manila Railway System, transportation system connecting Central Luzon and Southern Tagalog.
But the participation, sir, of JICA and the ADB is for the whole project. Tama ho ba? Not just the South project, but the North-South Railway project.
Tama yon. Halimbawa, to be more specific, ang Manila to Malolos project around 180 billion, purely funded by Japan International Cooperation Agency. Ang role nila roon, gumawa ng sa kanila ang pagbibili ng bagon, sa kanila rin ang paggagawa ng istasyon at ng viaduct. Ongoing construction, purely funded by Japan. Pero pagdating sa Malolos to Clark, ang civil works doon, yung viaduct, yung istasyon, yung mga column, yung mga piers, ang gagastos dyan ay ang Asian Development Bank. Pero yung bagon na gagamitin from Malolos to Clark, Clark to Manila, Manila to Calamba, ay gagastusan ng Japan. Yung Manila to Calamba, ang ina-expect natin dyan around 190 billion project total. Ang civil works, pag sinabi natin civil works, viaduct, columns, piers at mga istasyon, ang magpupunto dyan ang Asian Development Bank. Pero yung mga bagon na gagamitin dyan ay pupuntuhan naman ng Japan. Ang role ng Pilipinas is to fund the acquisition of ROW right of way. So yun ho ang entirety ng project na yan.
Halos lahat po talaga sila, JICA and ADB. Really, as you mentioned a while ago, government comes in for the areas that may have to be siguro yung kailangan iurong ng mga kababayan natin, ano, yung madi-displace ng mga kababayan natin. Maybe just a quick question, sir. I'm interested to find out, why is it that, for example, JICA is specific to a particular part of the railway and ADB is also specific to a part of the project? Sabihin po natin, kunwari yung bagon po, JICA, etc. Yung another part of it will go to the ADB. Why is that?
Well, maliwanag yung historical data pagdating sa Japan. They produce the best rolling stock o mga bagon. Ang Asian Development Bank, walang ganyan. Pero ano ang bottom line? Ang bottom line, nakikita pareho kasi ng Japan at ng Asian Development Bank and other funders na itong malaking proyektong ito, North-South Commuter Railway Project, ang economic benefit is higher than the cost of investment at nakikita natin intergenerational ang support sa economic activity ng tatlong rehiyon na ito. Pag pinaunlad mo ang tatlong rehiyon na ito ay makikinabang ang buong bansa, hindi lang ang tatlong rehiyon. Ang paghahati ng dalaw ay strategy ng Department of Finance, ng economic team, nang sa ganon ay mas mabawasan yung burden ng katulad ng Japan, sapagkat hindi lang naman ang riles ang pinupunduhan ng Japan. They have to allocate some funds also for roads, for aviation, for maritime dito sa ating bansa. Ganon din ang Asian Development Bank. Para nang sa ganon ay nagtuwang sila rito, para nang sa ganon sila pareho ay makakatulong din sa iba pang project, social development project, economic development project ng ating bansa.
When will this begin, sir?
Nagsisimula na yan. Yung Manila to, kung makikita ho ninyo, Valenzuela to Clark, halos may viaduct na dyan. Naitayo na natin ang lahat ng pier. Ang pinag-uusapan natin na columns o pier o wala, siguro less than 20 na lang. Pagdating sa Valenzuela hanggang sa Clark, kung makikita ninyo, pinakita namin sa video, yung viaduct kung saan ilalagay yung mga riles at kung saan tatakbo ang mga tren, halos natapos na yan. Station development na tayo ngayon. Halimbawa, yung sa Balagtas natin, yung sa Clark, sa Apalit, sa Santa Maria, ongoing, nakikita ng mga kababayan natin. Pero baka ang tinatanong mo, kailan magsisimula ang konstruksyon dito sa southern part of Metro Manila? We're referring to
Yes, sir.
Manila to Calamba. Well, pagkatapos ng contract signing, ang susunod dyan ay relocation of utilities. Marami tayong i-relocate na mga utilities dito. Tatlong bagay. Marami tayong i-relocate na utilities. Pag sinabi nating utilities sa mga nakikinig at nanonood sa atin, yun ho ay Meralco, NGCP,
Poste.
Maynilad,
Opo.
mga poste ho yan. At that's part 1. Part 2 is ISF. Dito ho sa Manila, hanggang Calamba, we identified at least 12,600 ISF. Kahapon, yung nilagdaan natin ni Secretary Bautista at ng mga contractor, Alabang to Calamba, that's about 31 kilometers. 7,125 ISF ang identified na natin. So that's part 2. Ang pangatlong sa ROW na tinututukan natin ay ang expropriation, sapagkat hindi naman lahat ng lupa rito ay gobyerno ang may-ari. At kung minsan ang iba ay atubili na kunin ang presyo kung ano ang ibinibigay ng pamahalaan. Therefore, it will require judicial proceedings para ang huwes mismo ang magsasabi kung magkano ang nararapat na pambayad sa kanila. So in other words, in summary, tatlo yan. Relocation of ISF, kung tawagin dati ay squatter. Relocation of utilities, Meralco, PLDT, Converge, Maynilad, Manila Water, NGCP, Globe Smart, pati na yung mga drainage yan, kailangang i-relocate yun. Pangatlo, yung expropriation. Dito tayo nakatuon.
Okay. Yusek, we just need to take a very short break. We will be right back. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. I'm Pinky Webb, our source today, Undersecretary Cesar Chavez. Sir, so balikan ko lang po quickly. Tatlong bagay ang importante dito sa South Commuter Railway Project na maisaayos. Yung tao, as you mentioned a while ago, yung utilities, at syempre po yung mga lupa na hindi pag-aari ng gobyerno. But in terms of construction, yung talagang pag-uumpisa ng paggawa nito, when is the estimate that you're seeing? Kailan ho kaya mag-uumpisa ito? Number 1, at kailan ho kaya matatapos?
All right. Based on the timeline, with the consultant and experts, hired experts by the Department of Transportation, construction may begin 6 to 12 months from today. 6 to 12 months sapagkat marami pang paglilinis na ayusin dyan bago i-turnover. Importante na ma-turnover ng Department of Transportation ng gobyerno ang mga lupang ito sa contractor. Ang contractor, ang timeline nila, 3.5 years to 4 years tapos ang construction. This is the reason why the construction methodology is divided into several packages so that yung absorptive capacity ng mga kontraktor ay naaangkop sa scope of work na binigay sa kanila. Kaya there are 7 packages in this project para may 7 contractors na kausap tayo na highly technical, highly qualified, reviewed by the Asian Development Bank, reviewed by the Japan International Cooperation Agency, dumaan sa matinding proseso ng national government at sa pagsusuri ng Asian Development Bank. So kung 3 hanggat kalahati at 4 na taon ang konstruksyon ng RILES na ito, ini-expect natin substantially matatapos ito by 2027 and 2028. We expect partial operability ng North-South Commuter Railway Project. I am referring to Clark, to certain parts up to Manila and certain parts of Southern Luzon by 2027, second half of 2027.
Second half of 2027, and you're talking about different contractors here now, sir. So more or less, if you say 6 to 12 months para ayusin po yung 3 bagay na kailangan ayusin, tapos 3.5 to 4 years para po sa construction, thereabouts, that's about 5 years, sir, maximum.
That's all. That's right. That's right. That's right. Alam mo, ang magandang sistema ng Asian Development Bank, tulad ng kanyang reputation sa buong mundo, sa kanilang tulong sa mga developmental efforts sa buong mundo na tulong ng Asian Development Bank. Ganon din ang tinutulong niya dito sa Philippine government. Halimbawa, ang ISF, We identified at least 12,600 dito sa Manila to Calamba. Yung mga ISF already identified. They were properly identified, they were properly notified, there were enough social preparations with them in coordination with local government units, in other national government agencies, and private sector. Ano ang makukuha nila? Sa ngayon, kahapon na hindi nakita ng media ng traditional and social media. Namigay tayo ng card sa bawat ISF na na-process na. Pag sinabi natin ISF, sila ay naninirahan sa loob mismo ng alignment ng linya at pag-aari ng Philippine National Railways Manila to Calamba, in particular, Alabang to Calamba. Ano ang ginawa ng Asian Development Bank? Binigyan sila at yung iba ay bibigyan ng ATM, Land Bank. Ang tawag natin dyan ay Interim Rental Subsidy para makaalis na sila. Para makaalis na sila doon sa kinalalagyan nila sa Philippine National Railways. Kung kayo po ay nanonood, just in case hindi nyo pa alam, pero ang pagkakawari ko ay alam nyo na ninyong lahat ng mga kasama natin sa RILAS. Kayo ay bibigyan ng 1,000 ng ATM card ng Land Bank. Ang halaga nito ay 5,000 to 10,000 pesos. At ito ay pwede niyong gamitin sa loob ng 1 taon at kalahati. Para kayo ay makalipat na, at marami sa inyo ay mayroon ng alam na pagrerentahan, yung interim rental subsidy na halagang 5,000 to 10,000, yun ang gagamitin ninyo para sa pansamantalang paglilipatan ninyo habang inaayos ang relocation ninyo ng local government units at ng Department of Transportation. Ang magandang balita, yung mga ISF.
Hold on, sir.
Halimbawa,
okay, I understand. I saw a portion of that, sir. Sir, pasensya na po, I need to cut you there. So, magkakaroon po sila ng 5 to 10,000 na parang subsidiya para makahanap po sila ng marerentahan. While you're saying government, the LGU or the national government finds them a place na mapaglilipatan. Ang tanong po doon, dalawang bagay Sapat na ho ba yung 5 to 10,000 pesos, number one? At number two, yung hubang isang taon na makahanap sila sana na makalipat sila ng tirahan, is that feasible? Will government really be able to find them a permanent home once they are displaced?
Let me clarify. Interim rental subsidy for 1.5 years habang inaayos yung kanilang permanenteng paglilipatan. We are already identified kung saan sila ililipat. Kaya lang kung minsan hindi kaagad nila gustong lumipat doon. Ayusin pa yung tubig, ayusin pa. Pero identified na ang kanilang permanenteng paglilipatan. Halimbawa yung mga taga Cabuyao sa Cabuyao, San Pedro sa San Pedro, sa Santa Rosa sa Santa Rosa, yung mga taga Binyan sa Binyan, yung Calamba sa identified na ho yan at alam na ho nila kung saan sila paglilipatan. Ang inaayos na lang yung kuryente, yung tubig. Sapagkat established na ho yan with the local government units. Pangatlo, maliban sa interim rental subsidy at yung permanenteng paglilipatan, yung mga bahay nila along the Riles, quote-unquote, ina-operation ngayon ng Land Bank sapagkat ayon sa Asian Development Bank, kailangang bayaran din yun. Yung mga structures na yun, batay sa kontrata ng Asian Development Bank at ng ating pamahalaan. In summary, they are secured with a permanent relocation, they are also secured interim rental subsidy, at they are assured of the payment of the structures, yung mga barong-barong o mga establishment na ginawa na ginalang tirahan ngayon dyan sa Riles na yan.
Yung cost ng kanilang bahay ngayon ay ibabalik sa kanila, kumbaga. Okay, Yusek, we still have a lot to talk about, but I need to take another short break. We'll be right back. Our source today, Transportation Undersecretary Cesar Chavez. Yusek, mabilis na usapan. 4 minutes left. So much to talk about. MRT, pinag-uusapan po natin. Meron tayong subway. Meron tayong North-South Railway Project. Let's talk about the MRT right now. Ilan ho bang bagon ang na-rehabilitate na? Ilan ho ang kailangan pang ma-rehabilitate? And what are the plans of government to make it siguro more efficient? Yung pong pagsasakay ng ating mga kababayan sa MRT.
65 general overhaul, 6 na lang ang kulang pa. 65 o general overhaul, 6 na lang ang kulang pa. Ang MRT is in the best condition compared to in the past years. Bago na ang mga riles, fully air conditioned, lahat ng elevators, escalators ay lahat ito gumagana. At
Okay.
wala halos tayong reklamo. Nagkaroon lang tayo ng isang insidente. Imagine, the last 2 years, isa lang halos ang insidente natin. At yun ay the other night.
Alright.
Pero na-solve natin ng 2 hours. Pinakamaganda
Okay,
ngayon, ang kalagayan ng MRT.
Sir, free rides. Meron ba tayong maaasahan?
Walang free rides sa MRT3, may free rides tayo sa LRT Line 2 sapagkat yan ang University Belt or students train system natin. Ang ini-implement natin sa PNR, sa LRT Line 1 at LRT Line 2 ay 20% student fare discount based on law. In summary, LRT Line 2 lang ang mayroong free ride hanggang November 4.
Yeah. That's right. LRT2 free rides for students until November 5. Okay, so sir, we've run out of time. Pero Yusek ho ba talaga o Press Secretary?
I don't think I am. I'm going to be the press secretary. Okay na po ako sa Riles.
You don't think or you're sure, sir?
Well, the president has spoken. The president has spoken. The president said yesterday in a meeting with media that the next press secretary is a practicing journalist. I am not a practicing journalist. The moment I accepted a government position, I stopped believing that I am a journalist. So I am not a practicing journalist. Therefore, I am not that
You're
person.
not. You're not a practicing journalist now.
I am. I don't think ako yun. Maraming magagaling. Maraming mga huhusan. I don't think I am that
pero
person.
hindi niyo ho ba naisip na magandang trabaho din sana maging press secretary, sir?
Ang isa sa pinakamalaking legacy ng Marcos administration ay nasa Riles. Ina-expect natin na matatapos ang mega subway during his administration. We expect to complete the North-South Railway project. We expect to complete the MRT7. We expect to complete within the Marcos administration the LRT Line 1 extension to Cavite. We expect to substantially start the MRT4. We expect to substantially start the Mindanao Railway project, the Cebu Railway project. We're starting to do a master plan for the railway project in Visayas and Mindanao na doon tayo nakatutok. Pinaayos natin ang serbisyo. Pinahuhusay natin ang konstruksyon ng mga railway projects pero nakatuon tayo sa master planning ng railway project for the entire country. Mukhang mas magandang legacy roon, Pinky.
Yusek, sabi po ni Pangulo, hindi ho ba full speed ahead? Yan po ang ating aasahan. Undersecretary for Rail, Cesar Chavez. Sir, it's good to talk to you. Let's have a part 2 some other time. Maraming salamat po sa inyong oras.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.